This is the J. Scott Outdoors podcast on Western big game hunting and fishing, brought to you by GoHunt.com Insider. Research faster, hunt more. Go to GoHunt.com/insider and join today. I'm your host, Jay Scott, and I live and breathe hunting and fishing, spending half the year in the field experiencing God's creation. I hope you'll enjoy hearing about our adventures. Welcome to the J. Scott Outdoors Western Big Game Hunting and Fishing podcast, brought to you by Go Hunt Insider. We are fortunate today to have Lorenzo Sartini, who's the president of GoHunt.com. Lorenzo, how you doing?
Doing good today. Thanks for having me on the podcast. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been looking forward to having you on. I'm excited to announce the partnership. GoHunt.com Insider has stepped up to be the sponsor of the J. Scott Outdoors podcast, and just really excited, looking forward to the future here, and I'm excited to have you on today.
Thank you. We're excited too. I mean, it's always nice to be involved with the guys who have great names in the industry. Obviously, we've been fans of yours for a long time and seen a lot of the stuff that you've done. So, yeah, it's exciting for us too.
That's mighty kind of you. Lorenzo, I was thumbing through your Instagram account, and man, you've shot some incredible animals. Tell me a little bit about how you got your start at hunting, and which animals maybe that you're most passionate about, and give me a little background on your hunting history.
So, yeah, I've been very fortunate in some of the animals that I've been able to take, and it all started on a high note. I was 12 years old, drew my first tag in Nevada, junior tag. I was finally old enough to hunt by myself. It was me and my dad, young, gung-ho about it, couldn't wait to kill my first deer. I've been on many deer kills with him before, and I always loved it. Couldn't wait to do it myself. So we're out there, drew a Nevada tag on the west side of the state. Second day of the hunt, I smoked a giant buck. First thing in the morning, we bet him. Stands up about noon, end up killing him. He 199 net and 204 gross.
Oh, man, you were ruined from the beginning, weren't you?
Ruined from the beginning. Public land, 200-inch deer, very first deer I ever shot. Total blind luck. Could have happened to anybody. I was just the lucky kid that was sitting on the right hill at the right time.
That's awesome. So was that a rut hunt, or was it?
That was an early rifle hunt. We were out there in mid-October.
No way.
Yeah, I just got lucky. He was leaving a little willow patch with water. Kind of in a big sagebrush bowl, so he was semi-easy to see when my dad spotted him. And then when he bedded, we were on him from there, and the rest was history.
So was that buck typical, non-typical? Tell me a little bit about his configuration at over 200 inches.
Non-typical. He was old. He was an 8-year-old deer. He actually, I think now that I'm older and understand a little bit more, I mean, obviously back then I wasn't quite sure, but it's a buck on regression. He has a giant 4-point frame on the right side with 2 or 3 extras. And then on the left side, he has sort of regressed a little bit on the G2, G3, kind of sprouted some knobs and a bunch of cheaters on that left side. And then he has a ton of basal points. He's got a 188 4-point frame, and then the rest is all trash.
That's incredible. And so after that happened, did it just, completely fuel the fire for mule deer hunting and hunting in general?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, like I said, I've been fortunate enough to hunt with my dad for a long time, ever since I was a kid. I mean, most kids for their birthdays want to, have their friends over and do the bouncy house thing and play video games and all that stuff. I was always just begging my dad to take me hunting. So even when I couldn't pull the trigger, I still wanted to be there with him. So it was fueled before, but then that absolutely sealed the deal. I was hooked on it, and I couldn't wait to keep going. The very next year in the same unit with my dad, I killed a 174 point. I mean, it sounds like a drop off, but for a 13-year-old kid to have 2 bucks like that was pretty special, and both with my dad.
Oh, that's really cool. And tell me what it's like for you to hunt mule deer. Obviously, having shot some phenomenal bucks. I think you've got a handful of other bucks around or over 200 inches. Tell me about the passion for mule deer specifically.
The true passion did start from that very first deer I killed, and it's only gotten worse since, obviously. But yes, like I said, I've been fortunate. I have three 200-inch deer on open units, one with a bow, two with a gun. That first buck being one of the two with the gun, and there's just something about them that truly get me going. I really think the way they behave, the way they look, the way they act, just all part of them through the summer. Glassing them up in June, July, watching them grow, seeing what they're going to become. Then clear through September and October, watching them disappear, and then all of a sudden they're back again in November. It's just that life cycle that they live that really gets me going about them. I personally, this is just my opinion, but I personally think they are the ultimate animal to hunt. I never get more excited about another species than I do mule deer. If I ever draw a tag or get to hunt them with somebody else, that's what I get the most excited for.
Sure, and it sounds like that passion has taken you across several states. You apply in several states, I assume, for mule deer, and do you have any tags coming up, mule deer tags or tags in general, that you're excited about possibly drawing?
I have a real chance of drawing a Nevada archery tag this year, which I'm extremely excited about. I found some really good bucks last year, so I'm really hoping to draw that tag. I have a decent chance, but you never know till the draws are out. And I apply in all the other states. It's my strategic way about going about drawing tags in the West is apply. I can't draw them if I don't put in for them. It gets spendy and it does get expensive. But if you do it right and do it efficiently, it's definitely possible. And I might be one of the best unsung heroes of applying across the West. 2 years ago, I drew a bighorn sheep tag in New Mexico. And
I saw the picture of that. That looked like an awesome adventure.
It was insane. As far as adventure goes, that's the best adventure I've ever had on a hunt. It was incredible. From finding out that I was one of 3 guys to draw that first hunt in the Hatchet Mountains 2 years ago was just that feeling alone was absolutely incredible. Set the entire hunt off to a whole nother level of excitement. And then it being far away and logistically pretty hard to get to, and I'm no complaints, but I'm a working man. I have a job I have to be at. I try to use my time as wisely as possible, and it was a tough place to get down for a weekend to scout or have to go down there and lay eyes on it. So I ended up not laying eyes on the unit until 3 days before the hunt. I took 3 days vacation before to go down there and scout. Found my ram that I ended up killing. I found him the night before opening day, and then I ended up killing him the night of opening day. I refound him, relocated him. He was on the other side of the mountain range, just off the west side. I found him on the east side when I first saw him.
So Lorenzo, how far had he moved from the night before? Did he move once it got dark, or did he make a move right before it got dark, or how did that work?
He moved right before it got dark. I saw him moving that way. I had a feeling maybe that he would move quite a long ways. So he was on the move. I knew he wasn't going to be in the same spot, but just like anything, you have to run there first thing in the morning to make sure. So I did. Didn't find him. He was with another ram, similar in size, and both of them were gone that morning. We spent the entire afternoon and mid-morning trying to look for him and relocate him. Couldn't find him, and he actually ended up traveling. There was a big bowl on top of the east-west. It looked like the mountain peaked off, but it actually bowled out pretty nicely in the middle. So we hiked up there and tried to find him in the bowl. He wasn't in there either. He ended up moving about 2.5 miles through the night, and he was off the east side of the mountain range. We went around the bottom side of the mountain, and I shot him just before dark.
That's fantastic. The odds of drawing a tag in New Mexico are so slim as it is, and to draw in there, and I believe that was the first year that unit was open.
It was second
okay.
year it was open, and the adventure was incredible. Like I said, it was like you draw a sheep tag out of nowhere. All of a sudden, I finally have a sheep tag in my name. I can't wait to go. Like I said, it was logistically hard to get to. I couldn't find anybody to go on the hunt with me. I ended up calling a buddy who I met through Instagram, His name's Vince Huff. I called him, never met him before in person, just knew him through social media, and I'm a big waterfowl hunter, and he is too, so we talked like that. And he flew into Las Vegas, met him first in person right there, and then him and I went down there, spent the time, found the ram, ended up killing it, and it's a booked ram. So it was incredible. Like, the entire experience was amazing.
That's fantastic. You mentioned you're a waterfowler. Being from Nevada, do you get quite a bit of time to hunt there for waterfowl, or do you have to travel for that?
I travel.
I
do travel. Nevada's decent. Fallon, Reno. There's a couple valleys in central Nevada that can get pretty good. However, I went to college at the University of Montana. We can get into that backstory here in a second. But I went to college up there, and that's when I truly fell in love with waterfowl hunting, just like big game hunting. And I usually go up to Montana and Washington now for waterfowl hunting.
Awesome. Lorenzo, I want to transition into GoHunt.com Insider, and I'd like you to tell my listeners what is GoHunt.com Insider.
So Insider is a tool that we put together, myself and a couple of the other key guys of the company. We put together a research and hunt planning platform that brings everything into one location. So it's the most comprehensive thing out there. I know that word is used a lot, but for us it truly is. Because it's online, we're able to do a lot of really cool things with technology and mapping and overlays to really visualize what's going on instead of just reading about it. It allows us to hold a lot more data than a print publication or a the state regulation and proclamations. So it really is very interactive and user friendly to understand what you want to see and what you want to know.
I logged on recently, and one of the things that I really like about it is you guys have, on the insider portion, you have the maps of each state as far as the units. And so if you're interested in, Colorado Unit 66 or Arizona Unit 9 or, what have you, you can actually go state by state. You can click on the unit. And one of the cool things is you can zero in using the satellite feature or using the mapping feature. And then with that, you can also click for the area services. So let's say, I'm interested in, say, Colorado Units 66 or 67 possibly for deer, and maybe Unit 76 for elk. If I want to know where the nearest gas stations are in all corners of the unit, one of the things I thought was so cool is you can just hit that button, and not only does it show you where the nearest gas stations or lodging or food are, it gives you the actual information and the phone number and the contact, and that kind of blew me away.
Correct. That's that level of interaction I'm talking about. Because we're online, we're able to do those kinds of things. And you're exactly right. We have right now we have 6 of the 14 western states, soon to be a lot more. Wyoming's coming online here in about 15 days, Montana after that. But within each state, we cover every species, every hunt, every unit in each of the states we have. So it's highly interactive, and within each one of those units, we do highlight those things like the area services and direct clickovers to say you have a fifth wheel or an RV camper, and that's how you like to hunt. We have all the campsites, RV campsites listed on there. You can click on them, direct link to their website to reserve a spot or anything you need to know. And that's that level of interaction I'm talking about.
Yeah, but I mean, as well as, you've got historical data of the precipitation, which is pretty interesting to be able to say, okay, I'm talking about, Unit 76 in Colorado. How does the rain so far this year in 2015, how does it differ, or how is it better or worse than, 2014, 13, 12, and 11? You guys in a chart go back all the way back to 2011, and you can look at, oh wow, their winter moisture was unbelievable, or like say in Arizona or Nevada, where some of the New Mexico, where some of the more arid regions, you can go, wow, Arizona had a huge monsoonal moisture last year. Their winter was mild, but wow, look at the last 2 months, the spring, So having those charts in there, I thought was really cool, and just gives you a lot more information, and I was really actually impressed with that aspect of it. And not to mention, you've got the moon phase chart there, so when you're planning a hunt for, coming up, you're going, well, I'm archery elk hunting, when is that moon going to be full? There's just a lot of things there that I was impressed with.
That was actually a selfish decision on my part. It was a fairly heavy lift to get that trending weather and precipitation. You know just as well as I do, if not more, you being in Arizona. I mean, we're so reliant on those monsoons and rainfall for these deer and elk that we've been chasing for years and watch them grow up, and hopefully they get to that point we think they're going to get to. And through my research, I've always been a heavy research guy. I'm analytical. I like research. I like to know what I'm getting into and make the best, most informed decision. I was never able to do that in Nevada, and I would draw some of these southern Nevada tags. We're based out of Vegas. They're close to me. I have fairly good archery draws, things, that type of information. But I never really had that tracking year-to-year data, so I know what to expect in a year coming up. Like, we all know the West is in a drought right now. However, if you look at our weather and precipitation charts, the months that matter for horn growth and overall herd health and densities, we're actually doing fairly well. We're doing above average in the months that matter. So it's nice to see. It's gets me excited. Hopefully I can draw this archery tag this year. It's just something I watch, and like you were saying before, that can be found on a unit specific level. So every unit within each state has its own trending 5-year weather and precipitation.
Yeah, and in your mind, and with your plan with Go Hunt Insider, how do you believe the Insider will change the way people apply and research for the hunt? I mean, it's kind of a new way of thinking. What's your thoughts on that?
Correct. It goes. The story behind this goes full circle to that Desert Bighorn sheep tag I drew in New Mexico. The idea was sprouted a little bit before that, but it wasn't materialized or formalized yet. And a lot of what I went through for New Mexico is what is inside of this Insider program right now. So I wanted to know that style of information of having everything in one spot. That moon phase is a quick reference, but it's great to know what you're going to get yourself into and when to plan your hunt dates and things like that. The weather, we have access points because access was a big issue for me down there. We have vegetation and terrain specifics. We have harvest success and tag quota, also on a trending basis for each hunt within each unit. So it's a lot of putting everything in one spot, so I didn't have to go to the state reports, and I didn't have to go to weather services, and I didn't have to try to band-aid my way to get the information I needed. So going forward, we're going to get stronger with the information and data we have. We're getting stronger with the enhancements we bring. Our end goal for this is take away all of the unnecessary steps and places you have to go out there to get to the end goal of finding out where you're going to hunt, how you're going to draw the tag, where you're going to burn your points, all of that in one spot. And we're well on our way. We are new, we are young. Companies grow and get bigger as time goes by, and we're no different. That's definitely going to be our case as well. But where we are now, we're in a great spot. We're definitely, of value to me and the other guys in the office. So I hope it's to value to our end user as well. But we will continue to get stronger and take away all of those unnecessary steps.
Sure, and I mean, you basically want to create a one site that it can take all of the guesswork and all of the things that guys worry about, so they can make an informed decision when they're trying to choose where they're going to hunt and why they're going to hunt. And you have lots of great things planned. You are going to keep the gas mash down, and I hear you have some other states coming online. Is it safe to assume that within a period of time you're going to have how many states in the Insider program?
All 14 Western states for Go Hunt Insider. We'll cover the level of detail we have in each unit will be found in each unit throughout all the Western applying states.
Okay, and then as obviously the year changes, Lorenzo, one of the things I like is, there's lots of comments and kind of inside information, tips and what have you. That stuff will change year to year and species to species as well.
Absolutely. One of our competitive advantage for being in this space and doing what we're doing, because we're online, because we're digital, we can move extremely fast, even faster than what the states can per se. And what I mean by that is when they introduce a new hunt or a new unit or a new tag quota or anything like that, they release it before it goes to print in their proclamation when most of the users get it in their hands. Well, we can update our site in real time, so when they release that new hunt or new tag quota or new unit offering, something like that, we can put that into our product right away. So we don't have to wait to go to print. We don't have to wait to mail it out to people's houses. Everything's real time with us. So year to year changes is extremely fast. There is a lot of changes in some states, like Idaho changes a ton. New Mexico just added an archery elk hunt in about 90% of the units. So, I mean, it's heavy to update, but that's our goal. That's what we strive for, is to give people the most up-to-date, relevant information possible. And in doing our research before we got into the industry, that was what most people were complaining about, is the information never really changed. And it's understandable because print is so not flexible with time. We went
static, real static. Yeah.
We went about it the opposite way and did it digital and online.
Lorenzo, in your mind, what do you see as the biggest advantages for someone who signs up with the GoHunt.com Insider?
So biggest advantage, in my opinion, is it's a year-round tool, and that's why I think it is of the biggest advantage. And by that, it's absolutely, I'll speak personally, it helps me narrow down where I would like to hunt, where I'm qualified enough to hunt with the points and all of that. We have the mapping so I can see where they are in the state and how much travel time, and it allows me to do all of that research to find out where I want to burn my points in one location. Yeah. And beyond that, it's once I have the tag, it takes away all of the unnecessary time and scouting I need to do out there to get the lay of the land. Like we use Google Maps, which is basically Google Earth, so I can do my virtual scouting, get a lay of the land right here from my computer. I can check out where I'm going to get my food and my fuel when I'm out there, so I can logistically plan my hunt from sitting on my couch at home, and take away that guesswork. So when I get out there, I can truly go feet on the ground, start looking for animals, and not have to drive around and see where everything's at and figure out where I'm going to camp. And
plus, it provides a level of comfort. I mean, you leave your house in Nevada, traveling to New Mexico, already knowing where all the different gas stations are. You know where all of the different conveniences, and it provides some comfort and it takes the unknown out of it. And that's one of the things that I thought was so important and such a key feature. I want to talk to you a little bit, Lorenzo, about GoHunt.com Insider. It's obviously a subscription-based service. Talk to me a little bit about what's involved with that.
Okay. It's a subscription-based service. It's $149 a year, and when you're in the membership, there's a lot of value. Just holistically, there's a lot of value. So we have our product that we just talked about, each hunt, each species, each season, all of that for all the states we cover. And then beyond that, we also do very aggressive giveaways. I'm a fan of giveaways. I'm involved with Hunters Nation and all these programs out there. It's always nice to just have your name in the hat to possibly draw a hunt like the Less Than One Sheep Club or anything like that. So each month for the 149, all of our users are automatically entered into the drawing. So far, we've given away head-to-toe sets of Sitka. We've given away 3 Red Rock Precision rifles in the month of February. So 3 of our users won custom rifles, which was awesome.
And you're talking about not throughout the year. You're talking about in the month of February alone, 3 rifles were given out.
Correct. Yep, 3 custom rifles in 1 month.
That's phenomenal. What else?
We gave away 10 pairs of Kenetrek boots this month, in March. In April, we're doing a lot of good stuff. We're doing 100 phone scopes. We're going to give away to our users, and then throughout the year, we're just going to continue to do these giveaways. It's exciting. It's fun for us. We get to work closely with our brand partners and offer value to them, and then we get to offer value to our insiders, to our end users, which is always the biggest goal to us. We'll give away some elk tags and deer tags, things coming up like that. And in 2015, we just did the math yesterday. In 2015, we're going to give away about $90,000 worth of gear and prizes.
That's phenomenal. Not only to have the research tools and have everything right at your fingertips, but to be able to be entered into drawings just by signing up and be able to, possibly win a rifle or a hunt or some new camo. That's exciting for your membership base there.
Exactly. And beyond that other parts of the product too, we break down each state, each unit, all of that. But the state is still fairly hard to understand. So when application season comes around, we release very in-depth strategic articles from guys in the office who are very familiar with the state. We'll take Wyoming, for example. They technically have 4 draws. They have, the regular and the special, and then a breakdown of 2 on both those ends. And we break it down and written out in a very user-friendly way so you can understand how to navigate Wyoming and what really does give you the best chance to draw tags and how do you do it efficiently without spending a ton of money. Because each state, you got to do it the right way. Otherwise, you can burn money for no reason. And we break it down very friendly, a lot of infographics, so it's visual. You don't have to read a ton and get a headache. So it's been very helpful for our users to understand each state's draw process and how they work. And it's allowed them to feel more comfortable and draw more tags.
And as well, you guys give a price break for insider members for landowner tags, I believe, as well.
Correct. We are the largest supplier of landowner tags in the West. Landowner tags, it is a niche product. It's the guys who can buy them are the lucky guys, and they get to hunt a lot. But we also wanted to take care of them too. So part of our monthly subscription, we give 10% off all Go Hunt owned landowner tags. So if they buy a $5,000 Nevada deer tag from us, which is valid through all seasons, archery, muzzleloader, early rifle, late rifle, they can hunt all those seasons, and we offer them 10% off. So they'll get $500 off of that tag for a $149 membership.
Yeah, that's a fantastic value.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just how long has Go Hunt Insider been launched, and how do you see it? You've said before several times that it's a young company. Is it safe to say that, having only been launched for a short period, I mean, the sky's the limit for the Insider members?
Correct. The sky is the limit. There's no question. Our enhancement list of where we're going to take the actual product is, I mean, it really gets me excited as a hunter first. Obviously I have a dedicated opinion to Go Hunt being the president, but I'm also a diehard hunter, and it really gets me excited to know that all of this stuff is going to be in one place, all these enhancements. And, it's fun to see.
That's great. And then also tell me about, we've talked a lot about Insider. If there's anything we've missed there with Insider, feel free to fill me in.
Sorry, just remember I didn't answer the rest of the part. But Go Hunt Insider has been about 2.5 years in the making, so it's not young on production and the actual output of work. But it's young in the time period that we launched. We wanted to launch with a big enough platform that it was of value to our users. And it took us 2.5 years to get to this point. We launched the last week of November. So we're new for the product, but the work is not new. It's very it's been exhausting, but we're there. It's been 2.5 years.
Lorenzo, tell me about how the concept was created for GoHunt.com and GoHunt.com Insider.
So the concept was actually a long time in the making. So I was born and raised in Las Vegas, Nevada, and played football at a very competitive and high level in high school. And I was, chasing athletic scholarships and doing all that stuff. So I didn't have a ton of time to hunt, even though it was always my true passion. When I was going through my athletic search and seeing where I wanted to go, I ended up on University of Montana. And the reason being is I went up there on my official visit, and the host, one of the football players that was going to take me around, I get into his truck, and he has full camouflage interior, and he's got 7 green heads in the back of his truck. And I'm like, it caught me off guard. I was on a football trip. I'm going to watch a football game on my official visit. I'm getting picked up by one of the players. And he's got 7 green heads in the back of his truck. He didn't even know I was a hunter. And I asked him about it. He's like, yeah, it's just kind of, it's what I do before game day. It's kind of my ritual. I go down to the river. I got a really good spot on the river. I shoot ducks, and then I come in and get to work. And that really resonated with me, and I absolutely fell in love with it, and I ended up going to University of Montana. I got hurt my senior year, so long story short, I ended up not playing football there, but I still wanted to go because of that lifestyle. I wanted to live that outdoor lifestyle while I could going to college. So when I was up there, I really started to think about ways that I could get involved with the industry. I wanted to be in the industry. I went to the Western Hunting Expo every year, and I knew some of the guys in the industry. And I had an attraction to it. I wanted to be a part of it. So ideas were flowing. Obviously, not all of them were good. Being a 19-year-old, 20-year-old kid in Montana, but I have a very business savvy father. I'm extremely close with, and I bounced a lot of ideas off of him. And then I also have a very business savvy and very smart older brother that I'm very close with as well. So as a family, we kind of bounce these ideas off each other. And I graduated in 2010. And 2012 is when we finally had materialized and formalized a business plan about something that would be viable in the hunting industry. And what we landed on is an online and digital media platform. So for Western hunting and the research and like I said, our competitive advantage is we can move extremely fast with the states. And the states don't always give you a lot of time when they release their proclamations for when the application season is either open or closed. So that's kind of how we saw our advantage to the industry. And we got the right guys involved. There's the COO of the company, and he's the crutch of the company. There's no question. His name's Chris Porter. He is from the online industry, so we knew we had to find the right guys. He was from Full Tilt Poker, which was an online poker in worldwide site. So millions of users a day, tons of analytics behind it. He understands the infrastructure and how it all works. So we got him involved early on, very early on. So it was my family, my brother, my dad, myself, and we brought Chris on to help really materialize the back end of what this product needed to be. And it got us to a very, very good level. And then we finally brought on our head of technology, Andrew Baca, who, surprisingly, I actually went to high school with here in Las Vegas. He's an awesome guy, very, very smart with technology, and he's an outdoor guy as well, so he understands how the technology needs to work for hunters, what they want to see. And we brought him on in September of 2013, and us three, Chris, myself, and Andrew Baca, really, put the boots to it and went after this product and built it what it is today. So it's been a lot of work, a lot of fun, and it's only going to get better from here.
I notice the content that you guys post on GoHunt.com. You post daily content. There's lots of great stories, videos, recent video on that mule deer that was shot in Colorado, that 300-incher.
Yeah.
That was a fantastic piece. I believe Brady Miller had a lot to do with that. I know Brady he went on a hunt with us down in Mexico for Coues deer and got to know him a little bit, and just a die-hard bow hunter.
Yeah.
Great guy, incredible fisherman as well. I didn't know if you knew that about him, but just an outdoors nut. And he does a lot of your digital content stuff, and some of the stories and the photography that you guys are posting on a daily basis is fantastic. Talk to me a little bit about GoHunt.com as far as being a digital platform and the player that it is in the industry.
Yeah. So we didn't want to just be a paid product, because we wanted people to get to know us, before they felt comfortable to spend money with us, and we wanted to give our end users that level of courtesy so they can spend some time and get to know us. And Brady Miller was a unbelievable asset to the company to bring him on and take over and run with that content platform. So in an easy definition, we're an online magazine, but we update daily. We release stories daily. We're very up to date on news and what's going on in the industry as a whole, what's going on with overall populations of animals, things that are very interesting to a hunter. And it's been that is the fun part, to release that type of stuff for the community. We wanted to build this platform so hunters had that place to go every morning when they woke up and had their coffee, and every night when they went home from work. And Brady's done a great job of producing and coordinating content for us. Like you said, we did a story on Brett Ross and that 300-inch deer he killed, and that was I got to know Brett through the filming of this, and it was incredible. It's a lot of fun to talk with the guys in the industry, to talk with the hunters in the industry, to hear their stories, hear what they're thinking, and be able to give back to them in the form of news and the type of stuff that they need to know. It's been a lot of fun. We have a very good user base for our content. A lot of people have been very engaged with us. We always engage back with the questions people are asking, and it's been good, and I think it's something that the industry needed. I think there needed to be a place where you could go check every morning about what's going on, what's coming under fire from the politics side, what's doing well, the new opportunities, just anything going on out there in the world. So I think it's been good. I think it's been well received for the industry.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at on my iPad right now, just looking at the section you guys call the life, and it's who is the antler man and what does he do? Our precision guided rifle smart technology, pros and cons of hunting alone, from the start how a hunter was born, antelope numbers across 6 states. Yeah. Then there's Colorado's deer, a Go Hunt original film, ethics of shed hunting. Why do license numbers change every year? 6 more giant poaching cases. Hunt of a lifetime offered to terminally ill children. I mean, and that's just on one page. And then you've got featured articles, more tags, more problems. Get a grip, saga of the old 293 Ram. I mean, there's just a lot of stuff going on at GoHunt.com.
Brady is a busy man, and he does a great job coordinating everything. And yeah, that's our life section and those types of things. We just want to produce content that is of value and provides a level of entertainment to our users. So we have great guys who write for us. This isn't all just coming from our office. It's not possible that our office could know, and be the most educated on all of these topics. So we have The Art of Layering and Why Materials Matter. That was written by Jason Hairston of KUIU. And we have a lot of other contributing guys. We've had some articles from A3 guys in Arizona. We do a lot for we work with a lot of guys who really do know the best of the best type of information. So it's provided a level of professionalism, a level of authority to our content.
Yeah, absolutely. Just fantastic stuff. Lorenzo, what do you see the GoHunt.com, what do you see GoHunt.com accomplishing in the future? What is, if you have, obviously you have an outlook and you have a crystal ball, what are your goals and what are some of the things you see GoHunt.com accomplishing?
So, there's a reason Chris Porter is in the COO role. He's very good with the small details, and when you nail all of the small details, it's inevitable you're going to pull off the big picture idea. And in my mind, I have the big picture idea of where I want this to go and where it should be. And I truly think, as crazy as it sounds, I truly think we have an opportunity to be the ultimate one-stop shop for everything hunting. That is the end goal, and that's what I'm committed to.
Well, and I think if you just go on GoHunt.com and peruse around a little bit, I think it's very evident that is part of your goal and mission, and I think you guys are well on your way of accomplishing that, and I've got to say, congratulations on that, and congratulations on putting out, fantastic content, and then on the Insider providing such detail-oriented information and helping people and informing the public. And, it's obvious you're trying to help people make good decisions. And I think that's a service. It's basically a community customer service that you guys are providing that's phenomenal. Had just a great time here with you today. It was great to really learn about GoHunt.com Insider and GoHunt.com and all the things that you guys provide. I'm excited to have you guys as a sponsor of the podcast, and excited and honored really to be you guys chose to step up and sponsor what I'm doing, and I'm passionate about what I'm doing, and I think we make a great fit, and I look forward to seeing what you guys have up your sleeve here in the future, and I'm excited to maybe win a phone scope, or maybe possibly win a Red Rock Precision rifle or some camo. So I'm excited to be a member, and just happy to be involved with you.
Thank you. And like I said before, we're definitely excited to be involved with the J. Scott podcast, and it's exciting to think where everything could go in the future, and being involved with guys like you, and just being a part of the overall industry it's exciting. So it's a lot of fun to come into work every day, to say the least.
Absolutely. Well, I'm hoping that you draw your Nevada tag, and we'll have to get an update here down the road from you and see if you indeed get that, and check in with you this summer and see how your scouting's going.
Absolutely.
And
I'd love to.
Absolutely. Tell all the guys in the office hello, and thanks for being with us today.
Thanks. Will do.
All right, buddy. You take care.
You too. Bye.
What a great opportunity to get to spend some time with President of GoHunt.com, Lorenzo Sartini. I want to thank him for being with us. I'm excited about the partnership and excited that they have stepped up to sponsor the J. Scott Outdoors Western Big Game Hunting and Fishing podcast. I think we're going to do great things, and what an opportunity to be a part of the Go Hunt Insider program and be a member, and the aggressive giveaways that they're doing and giving away elk and mule deer hunts, head-to-toe camo sets. They've given 3 Red Rock Precision rifles away in 1 month, 10 pairs of Kenetrek boots in 1 month. This month they're going to be giving away 100 phone scopes, the digiscopes, elk tags, deer tags. Not only is there just incredible data and research capabilities with the mapping and all of the different products that the Insider has, it's just exciting to me to be a part of GoHunt.com and GoHunt.com Insider. I just want to thank them for their support, and I want to thank my listeners, you guys, for making all this possible. And thank you for all of your comments and your 5-star ratings on iTunes. And we've got just an incredible lineup coming up. I have been able to talk with a lot of guys, and I have scheduled a bunch of interviews already. Devin Beck, who's a fellow coos deer nut, talking about Arizona coos and how to pattern big bucks, big coos bucks. He shot multiple bucks over 120. Randy Ulmer, who really needs no introduction, is going to be talking archery and hunting giant elk and mule deer. Casey Brooks, who's a good friend of mine, as well as Randy Ulmer. Casey's going to be talking about his North American 29 with the bow, and he's harvested more 400-inch elk than anybody walking the planet. He's an incredible archery elk hunter. It's going to be a great episode with him. Corey Jacobson is a 8-time world champion elk caller. I talk all about elk calls, elk hunting, archery elk hunting, tips and tactics to better calling. That's a phenomenal interview that's coming soon. I've got Arizona Desert Outfitters. I had Travis and Troy and Eric Hunt on, and going to be talking about all the different Arizona Desert Bighorn sheep units coming up and kind of the things going on, the new tags for the different units, and talking about Arizona Desert sheep hunting. I've got Jason Phelps of Phelps Custom Game Calls. He's called several times in the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation calling contest and placed very well, talking about his calls and his tactics and strategies. He's up in Washington and brings some real insight there on archery elk hunting. I've got Jay Park and Chase Christopher of the Mountain Project discussing filming their hunts, filming your hunts, giving tips and tactics to filming and getting better quality video. Steve Chappell of Chappell Guide Service on Arizona elk hunting. We go over the elk units that he likes. We go over tactics for archery elk hunting. He demonstrates a lot of his calls. He's a phenomenal caller, and we talk about specifics with reed placement on your mouth and diaphragm placement and just get real technical on how to become a better elk caller. We've got Tim Maddock, who's a fellow coos deer nut, talking about what he's learned with behavioral patterns through the use of trail cameras and just observations while hunting those animals. And he's just a phenomenal resource, and we have a really good discussion on coos deer. Got Greg Krogh of Mogollon Rim Outfitters. We talk specifically about Nevada elk and mule deer units and the ones that he likes. We talk about Arizona elk units. He's a phenomenal outfitter here in Arizona. We talk about a bunch of the units and the pros and cons of each unit. Greg is a phenomenal resource. We also get into long-range optics and the different long-range optics that we've both used. So that's something that you guys will be excited about. We've got my friend Michael Park telling the story about his 435-inch Arizona bull that he killed. I think he's at 46 or 47 elk with a bow. Trevor Marks of Nevada on elk hunting. The guy, him and his family, he's an outfitter. They have harvested some phenomenal elk and mule deer in Nevada, and we talk all about his 2015 forecast, and we talk about all the different units that he likes, the pros and cons of each unit. Great insight there on Nevada. I'll be talking with good friend Ryan Wampler about his 270-inch Arizona Strip deer, still one of the largest deer ever come off the Arizona Strip. Just a phenomenal story that he has. My friend Cody Nelson at the Outdoorsman's talking about hunting optics and all sorts of other glassing gear needed for hunting in the western states. Cody just did a fantastic job on his interview, and I look forward to having him on some more. And then, we've got antelope hunting in Arizona with Lee Murphy and Craig Steele of Exclusive Pursuit Outfitters. We go into discussing how to score antelope. We discuss how to scout for antelope, specifically big bucks, how to target big antelope bucks in the state of Arizona. And we go over some of their hunts that they've had, and we also cover cover the units that they like and the pros and cons of each unit and get their 2015 forecast. So just some awesome stuff, much more that I'm not even mentioning here, but that just gives you a feel for what's coming. So lots of exciting stuff. If you guys need to feel like you need to hear someone specifically, you can email me at jscottoutdoors@gmail.com. I appreciate all of the comments. Daily I get texts, voicemails, and email messages, with you guys spurring me on and telling me how much you're enjoying the podcast. And I just want to thank you for that support. Without that support, we wouldn't be able to do what we do here. And I'm just excited for the upcoming summer. Everybody's going to be getting ready for hunts, and we're going to be just covering all of the details of how to prepare for hunts and how to become a better hunter. And it's I'm learning a lot of things from these people that I'm interviewing, and have lots of great guests, and we're going to continue to bring you some great stuff right here. So I just thank you for listening, and until next time, guys, God bless. And go to gohunt.com /insider and sign up today. It's an incredible resource. You guys will love it. I want to thank you guys for listening. You can go to J Scott Outdoors Facebook. You can follow along on Instagram at J Scott Outdoors. Our YouTube channel, J Scott Outdoors, jscottoutdoors.com. We've got turkey hunts coming up here next week. Just lots of exciting stuff coming. Until next time, guys, God bless.